Christian.
And we are the Bev Bois. That was actually fucking clean, dude.
That was clean.
Clip
that shit,
clip
Jamie.
it. we don't have a Jamie.
That'll be me or
French
him.
clip that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Tell myself to clip that. Yeah.
Timestamp.
Yep.
Today we have a special treat. We have the Chris Bumstead Bum Energy. Don't be a bum.
Yep.
I've had a couple of them. I've had this flavor. I do like it. It's very good. Everything is like retro branded. It's a 12-ounce can. I do like the branding on the can of like the
it is like
70s to
school.
80s, 90s, like pop brands. Soda or pop?
It's gotta be pop.
Oh yeah.
You know what true Midwesterners pop. Not soda. Soda pop's the worst. Though.
Soda pop is you're a weirdo.
That's war crimes there. You gotta be one or the other.
You're basically Buffalo Bill, like you in your basement.
Yeah.
It is a 112 milligram caffeine energy drink, so very, very low dose. So you
very
probably
specific.
It's specific in the intent that is the exact amount of a cup of coffee.
Okay.
So it's meant to be a replacement or a lower stim energy drink. I think Chris has like some intestinal issues or some GI tract issues that he works through, so he doesn't try to like overstim too much.
Yeah.
But I know he has like his pump products that he takes, so I think he slams one of these and then does one of those.
Okay.
But you do get 250 milligrams of cognizin, which is acetylcholine. So it's very high in the nootropics for the size of the can. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. It's 5 calories. It is sweetened with sucralose. It's very, very simple ingredient label. There's only a couple ingredients: carbonated water, citric acid, natural flavor, cognizin, caffeine, sucralose, sodium benzoate, which is just a preservative that happens to actually make sure it can stay fresh in a can, and then potassium sorbate, which is another preservative. That's it. That's your entire ingredient label.
That's nice.
So very, very simple. Clean. One problem with this: 12-ounce can, $3.49 a can.
Oh, yikes!
So it is a little bit more expensive. However, you get a case of these bad boys, you're probably gassing them multiple times a day. I've done it before.
It's even worse for the price.
Exactly. Like I had the cherry frost one. Outstanding. There's a blue snow cone, which is very good. I've been trying to get my hand on this root beer flavor. If you guys have watched us before, you know we are big fans of root beer.
I love root beer.
It's very, very good. I know it's a very like polarizing flavor, but there's not many things that have like had a root beer flavor that I haven't liked.
No, I'm with you on this. I'm definitely not bummed to try this. Like I'm excited to try it.
I'm just afraid of what it will do to my bum after all the caffeine.
That's true.
Don't be a bum. We'll talk about the label.
Yep, we'll be eating bummy. So yeah, the can is the can is nice. Orange sunrise, kind of that like retro vibe for the most part.
Reminds me of like a 1980s mall, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's I like it. It's nice. It's
super simple and clean. Just like the ingredient label, super simple and clean. Mm-hmm. There were no bums when they were thinking about this can.
Yep. So yeah, 5 calories, 1 gram of carb, no sugars, 30 grams of sodium. It's crazy. 30 milligrams of sodium.
I'd be bummed.
I was gonna say, you'd be fucking dead. Your fucking arteries would be bummed. That'd be clogged. Yeah, super clean ingredient label. Again, with the main bum energy blend, that cognizin, 250 milligrams, 112 milligrams of caffeine, and yeah, it doesn't overcomplicate it for the claims on the side like most energy drinks have at this point. They have their little spiel. 1 bum equals 12-ounce coffee, so that is correct with the 112 on the caffeine content. Just kind of makes it simple there. Has a little diagram. Focus and energy, 0 sugar, no artificial colors, and then their little spiel is: wake up early and chase greatness. Dream big so it scares you. The journey is greater than the reward. Expect less and hope more. You'll be happier. Take risks. The stories will be worth it. Love your mom so much you tattoo it on your arm. Life can be tough. Take it one day at a time. Don't be a bum. Drink bum energy. Alright. I'm convinced.
Fun fact about the don't be a bum. They actually had to change that because it used to say don't be a bitch. And they couldn't get with a lot of distribution because it said bitch on the label.
Yep, and all the freaking 15-year-olds that love Chris Bumstead were drinking this, and then their mom saw the can and were complaining probably. We're missing out on that teenage population that is.
Exactly. So they had to change everything.
Yep.
So we just talk with a lisp for the rest of the episode.
Broke my back.
Final.
Back is broken. God, all-time clip.
Oh yeah. Mike Tyson's got some great ones.
Dude, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, the one that we definitely can't say. When he was at the fight presser.
Yes.
He's like, oh, fuck you, didn't tell me.
Dude, he needs to make an energy drink. Mike Tyson?
Doesn't he make a weed?
I mean, yeah.
That was a
Did you make a weed?
Did you do a weed?
That reminds
I think he has a weed brand.
That's not surprising at all. I want an energy drink though.
He's probably got like an energy drink, like a weed.
Like a CBD drink.
Like, do you ever see the THC drinks? They sell them in Minnesota now.
Yeah.
Like at bars. It's like 10 milligrams.
Between the two.
So CBD is a non-hallucinogenic because it doesn't have the tetrahydrochloride, whatever.
Okay.
So like CBD you can sell anywhere.
Okay.
Because it's mainly used for like it's a cannabinoid without the hallucinogen that.
We use that for like recovery. And stuff,
Yeah,
right?
recovery like
pain.
pain.
I've seen like
creams for
for
knees a lot. Yeah.
Like muscle soreness, joint soreness.
And it's a great like sleep aid. CBD is,
Okay.
and it's really really good for like stress or like anxiety. Whereas THC is more so of basically like the alcohol of liquor.
Okay.
Yeah. So like now that I'm speaking of Minnesota just because that's where I used to live. Like bars are starting to carry like THC drinks instead of like beers, or they'll carry the beers obviously. It's fucking the Midwest, but they'll have like the THC stuff as seltzers, and people are just getting high in the middle of it.
Nice.
Here's the thing. I feel like that's bad for business.
I could see where that would be true.
You can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beers and just take an Uber home. You have like one of those bad boys at 20 mgs. You're probably not drinking another. You're just going for waters after that.
Yeah, you're sleeping for 12 hours straight.
Yeah, I feel like you're killing like your business.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless you're charging them like $30 a drink, because you know they're only gonna have one, which I don't know if they are.
I don't know. I'm excited to try this though. Should we pop that top?
Yeah, I won't be bummed.
I won't be bummed either. All right, here we go. See what we got here. Oh,
very crisp.
That's a nice pop.
That's like a hot pop that's a cold pop on a hot day after you mow the lawn type of deal.
Yep. And then you pop that top.
Let me get that. Oh. Very clear. Nice and fizzy. I'm imagining this is gonna be a Fanta.
Yeah. I've never had any of the bum energies. This is exciting.
The cherry frost is like a very cheer one, like a very cherry cola.
Smells good. It definitely smells the orange.
Like a Sunkist.
I definitely smell the orange for sure.
Smells like a Sunkist or a Fanta.
Alright.
Should we do this?
Yep.
Here we go. That's good. Ooh. That's solid.
That is like, it's close to an orange pop, but not like exactly. I'm trying to think of, obviously it's not as sweet because there's no sugar.
Yeah. It's like a more mellow Sunkist. Mixed with like a squirt.
Yeah, I like the amount of carbonation.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else was pretty good? Right before you came here, I went and got groceries, but before I went in there, I was like, I don't want to cook because I don't want to make a mess before you come over. Got some Mickey D's, some Mackies for the international folks.
Macca's.
Some Macca's. I got a steak, egg, and cheese bagel.
Oh, that sounds good.
But I only ate half because there was only half the meat on it.
What?
So the bagel came out, and I was like looking through, and I was like, that's just bagel with like cheese, like American cheese. And then like the steak was on half it, so I was like, all right, I'll only eat half. Cutting calories. But it was.
They just didn't put the steak on the other half?
Like it was like the steak was so small. I think inflation's hitting them.
That's such bogus. Just up the price and give you the full steak.
Why not? You're already charging like $6.
That's not.
It was still pretty good though.
McDonald's breakfast is very good. I
Second
haven't had it in a long time.
Second best fast food breakfast.
What's the best?
Taco Bell.
I haven't had Taco Bell's breakfast.
I haven't had.
I think I've had Taco Bell like less than a handful of times in my entire life. It's just one of those places I don't go to for fast food.
Oh, or Chick-fil-A breakfast is very good too.
Had that once. I thought it was pretty good.
The egg white grill. Yeah. It's like an English muffin, egg white, a little bit of cheese, and then a grilled chicken breast.
Yep.
You get that with the sweet and spicy sriracha. It's like 200 plus calories.
Yeah.
But it's like
good macros.
38 grams of protein and like 8 grams of fat. Like, it's pretty sick for a fast food, and they have good iced coffee. And the little hash browns that you get are nice. But Taco Bell breakfast. Sorry, now I'm off. They had a steak, egg, and cheese crunch wrap. Breakfast crunch wrap. So fucking good.
That sounds legit.
Chopped steak, cheese, scrambled eggs. Nice. A extremely crispy hash brown. I'm talking like crunch when you bite it.
Like double fried that mother?
Yeah, dude, like double fried. And then they give you a hash brown on the side and 2 Cinnabon Cinna-Minis, which are like little donuts with like the little cream cheese frosting in the middle.
How much is that?
Like $8. Yeah. And their iced coffee's not bad either.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. So they're definitely up there. But I bring up McDonald's because I recently watched The Founder.
Oh yeah? With Ray Kroc? I saw that you put that in our notes.
He is or was, he's dead now. Kick the bucket. Yeah. Sleazeball.
Yeah, he's kind of a monster.
Dude.
Didn't he like steal the idea from
Yeah, so the spoiler alert, even though the movie came out in 2016, if you haven't watched it like me and you just watched it recently or you're going to watch it.
I haven't seen it either, but like I've kind of gotten the gist of
So he sold milkshake machines. And he was out of like Missouri or he was he lived out of Des Plaines, Illinois.
Yep.
Des Plaines. But
had to take a road trip to California, right?
Went out there, saw the brothers, and they had this entire system because they custom built their kitchen to optimize everything. Because the 2 brothers, one was a kind of like, love burgers type of deal, and the other one was like analytics,
more business minded,
business
savvy.
So he like redid the whole kitchen to optimize the system, so you can get a burger to the customer in 33 seconds or whatever it was. And they fried the fries at like 2 minutes and 19 seconds at 400 degrees. So Ray went out there and saw it, and he's like, I gotta be a part of this. We're gonna franchise this all across America. So he convinces them to get him like a 1.5% on the franchises, which is heavier than what they got. They only got 0.5%. He got 1.5%.
Fleeced him.
Yeah, so he fleeced him on that. But they wrote in the contract that if he made any changes, he had to okay it with them. Well, he gets all these franchises and he mortgages his house to get these franchises. His wife gets pissed off and he's like, well, I'm going broke. I want more money. So he tries to like cut corners and he's like change it from authentic milk to like a powdered milkshake. Gets like all these franchises and stuff, and then he meets this dude at the bank when he's like trying to get stuff done. And the guy's like, what are you doing? You're not in the burger business. You're in the realty business.
Like the real estate business.
You need to buy the land and then have the franchisees lease the land.
Right.
So
I
he
remember that now.
So he made a corporation called like Real Estate Investments or whatever. Bought all this land, and then he changed the name. Guess what he changed the name to?
McDonald's?
The McDonald's Corporation. And he stole their Golden Arch idea from their like 2 like failed concept stores that they built in like AZ and Phoenix. And he stole that, put it on the logo, sent them a letterhead of it. And they called him like, what the fuck is this? You can't use that's our name. Like, you can't be doing this. And he's like, nah, it's a completely different thing. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, through this, he gets so much money and so much power, he forces them out of the business. He gives them $2 million. So like, it was like 2.36 or whatever it was. So after tax, they each get $1 million, which is like the equivalent of like 28 million today. Once you think about it,
which is really good, but compared to what they could have had if the guy wouldn't have screwed them over, like they could be still, and their families could still be.
Well, they thought they were going to get other things too, because they wanted 1% of the royalties from all the franchises.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta have like a continuing royalty. That's I'm taking that any day over a one cost.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like about to die and have no family.
Yeah.
Then give me that money.
So that was like part of the deal. And he lied to him and said like, oh, the finance guy said I can't put that in there because it's not lucrative enough for us, but I'll give it to you on a handshake deal so that way you still get it. Well, he lied to them. He never gave them the 1% royalties. And then this dick puts a McDonald's on the other side of the street of their original location after he made them take the name down. So it had to become like the M Brothers.
That's got to be on purpose, right?
Yeah, to put them out of business. And they just watched their dream essentially die and become for someone else. He was a crooked guy. And cheated on his wife, left his wife who helped him set up all the original franchises. And she was like, I just want to be able to spend time with you. We have a good life. Like, I want to be able to take trips and do this and that. And he's like, nah, you're not driven enough. He meets a singer in Minneapolis when he's setting up one of the other franchises. And they're talking on the phone while his wife's asleep. And he's like, you're more driven than her. You're hotter. I'm going to leave her. I'm going to marry you.
Damn, this guy's a freaking...
She's the one that brought the powdered milk, the powdered milkshake to him. He took the idea, stole the wife from the dude that he was going to franchise through. She left his wife, came to him. He divorced his wife. Boom, boom, boom. He's a multimillionaire with a new wife, making all this money, and he was like, yeah, you can have the house to his old wife. He's like, I don't care about that. Take the house. You're just not getting any stock in McDonald's.
You could even like give those people like 1% and still be uber rich, and they would be.
Like, he would have been fine.
What's 1% off of yours?
Like
when they're
like that's the one time like capitalism goes bad. It's like you have crooked people like that where they're just gonna try to take.
It's not the system; it's the people involved. Yeah, because McDonald's has got to have the most franchises out of any.
They're the largest. I think maybe BlackRock might be beating them out right now, but I think
because they got like 40,000 locations close to it.
They are the largest realty company in the United States. Either that or like the top 3 right now. Because I think obviously like BlackRock, Vanguard, like they might be buying up more like real estate property for like single home family rentals, but they were up there. It's insane. So they're not in the business of burgers. They're in the business of realty and real estate.
Yeah.
So that's like that was a thing that when I watched that, it was so eye opening. It fucking bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah. Over 40,000 restaurants worldwide as of 2021. So that's.
You think about it, they're making
over 13,000 in the US alone.
A month lease on a building like that's got to be 40, 50 grand. It's got to be
where it is.
It's got to be expensive. Yeah.
That's you ever watched Super Size Me?
Yeah, we had to watch that for health class when I was in middle school.
I guess that guy like faked a lot of that shit too.
Oh really?
Morgan Spurlock. Like
I can see that.
I watched a YouTube video on like how it was like kind of fraudulent too, and that guy was like kind of not the best either. But
I feel like a lot of those guys that like do I'm doing the real expose, like they want the most inflammatory thing for it to get views. Yeah. So they're gonna pump it up a little bit.
Right.
Kind of crooked, but it's just hard because like that became like such a cornerstone of like health class.
I know. And then it finds out the dude is just like a POS to the core.
Oh yeah.
But
that got me on like a tangent of movies.
Yeah, he had the like Super Size Me too, or he had like the one where like he made like that chicken restaurant. He's like, it's all organic, free range, and like he kind of exposed what free range is actually as the definition when it comes. Yeah. Which was kind of informative, but like.
Well, organic.
Organic can mean like.
Organic is a. So the crazy thing about organic, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it. It's a lie. It's a marketing scheme. Yeah. So when they get certified as organic, they don't have to get rechecked. So like you can say this is what we do, this is how we do it. You get certified as organic, and then you can go right back to your other practices. But now you can charge more because it's organic.
Right.
Half the time too, those organic pesticides and stuff like that kill the soil and like the surrounding agriculture around it, versus like the ones that are like a chemical pesticide that are artificial, like are targeted only to things that hurt the crops. So it's not all the times better. But it allows them to charge $8 for some fucking spinach.
Right. Yeah, I had a professor she was my advisor, and she was like PhD in nutrition, and I asked her, I was like, is it actually better than regular? She's like, there's really no nutritional differences. So yeah. After that, I'm like, oh, I don't need to feel bad for.
Exactly.
Now I will say, like, I feel like the source does matter to an extent, just because like I'm thinking anecdotally here, like if you buy eggs, when I buy eggs at Walmart versus when I go home and and my mom actually has chickens. Like,
oh, that's a completely different thing.
the eggs are so much better, and just like you can tell by the color of the yolk, like when I buy them at
Orange
Walmart.
yolk.
Yeah, it's like a pale yellow, and then when you go home and get like the farm, like the chickens are right there next to your house, and you go pick up the eggs. It's like a golden orange yolk.
Yeah,
and it tastes a lot better. But I don't know if the nutrition is any better or worse, honestly.
my neighbor, like 2 blocks over, has chickens. Like if you go through that park, and I always forget to go pick up the eggs there. But like you could just like he does like $4 for like an 18-pack, and they're massive eggs, like that big, perfectly orange yolk, like, and they taste great. I just always forget, so and then I
might need to go to that guy.
Dude, it's awesome. You just like shoot, like they have like a cooler outside. You send them a Venmo request, and they'll come bring chicken. They'll come bring like the eggs like out of their fridge that they have. Pop them in there, and you just pick it up. It's actually pretty sick. But no, yeah, that definitely the organic thing pisses me off too, especially when people are like, I have to only eat organic. Like, why? You're not getting anything out of it. You're just spending more money because you feel better about yourself. It gives you a superiority complex.
Yeah, if I had like too much money and didn't know what to do with it, then I'd probably do it. But I'm far from that point.
BevBois.com. Buy a T-shirt. Buy a hoodie. Yeah, the founder got me sent down a rabbit hole of movies.
Okay.
Rewatch the old Transformers, the very first one, like from 2007, the Michael Bay one. Okay. That movie slaps so hard.
I never really got into Transformers.
The soundtrack is good. The soundtrack is good. The visuals are great. Shia LaBeouf was great in it. Megan Fox. I mean, come on. It was awesome. And then I watched The Breakfast Club for the first time. I've never watched Breakfast Club.
I don't think I've ever watched Breakfast Club either.
Great movie. It's such a simple, like 1980s kind of like movie about like growing. Basically, it's like a giant anecdote of like being a teenager and like figuring yourself out.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And then, dude, have you ever seen Bubble Boy with Jake Gyllenhaal?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
It was like right before or right after he did Donnie Darko.
Okay.
And basically, he's like 3 years old, or when he's born, he has no immunity, so he could die of germs. Well, lo and behold, he got immunity at like 4 years old, but his mom raised him until he was like 19, like inside this like giant bubble and had to decontaminate everything.
I think I might have seen this now.
Yeah, falls in love with his neighbor, and then
like they can only see him through the glass.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen this.
And then he's like, I want to do a cross-country trip to go stop her wedding because I'm in love with her and I need to tell her how I feel. So he like leaves his house in like this like artificial little bubble suit that he made, and he like.
So he doesn't know that he's good.
He has no idea.
His mom kept it from him. Okay.
Yeah, she's like this like freak. So like there's one scene that like he gets a boner for the first time when he's like 15 and he freaks out. He like goes to slap him with a bat and he gets hurt. And his mom runs in, sees it, and she's like, just say the Pledge of Allegiance 12 times until it goes away.
Yikes.
But
sounds terrible.
So he like goes on this cross-country trip. He gets like abducted by a cult. He goes to like what they call a freak show, and it's like honestly like a lot of big like Beetlejuice. You know the actor Beetlejuice that was on like Howard Stern. Mm-hmm. He like plays a little part in there. So they're all trying to help him. He meets who's the dude that plays Machete? He was the Mexican dude or Hispanic. I don't know if he's Mexican. I think he's Mexican. Anyway, he's in like a biker gang and he takes them to Vegas. And they're gambling and he's like, "Where's my boy Bubble Boy?" And he teaches him Vato. And then he meets like Pippi and Pappy, who are like 2 like 9-year-old dudes that like hate each other. They're brothers, and they like help him. Anyway, they help him get there. And then lo and behold, like at the end, the dude that plays Machete, he's been in love with this girl named Wildfire for years, because that was like the one that got away. And it turns out it's Bubble Boy's mom.
Oh.
So like his mom, Machete, and his dad get in like a throuple, and they go right off. And he gets the girl. Great movie, but outstanding soundtrack. It's all like early 2000s, like pop punk. Blink-182, NoFX, all those. It's awesome. I think there's like some Offspring in there, some Yellow Card.
Okay, nice.
So I mean, it got hate and got bad reviews, but it's a funny movie, and especially like looking back now, you're like, oh my god, like that was like Jake Gyllenhaal's like one of his first big roles.
Mm-hmm. You ever seen the movie Jennifer's Body?
Yeah, when she burns her tongue.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, movie kind of sucks in my opinion. Like it's.
Yeah.
At first you're like, oh, it's gonna be kind of like.
Because that was
horror, terror type of movie that I usually would like.
And then it becomes basically Twilight.
Because isn't that like Megan Fox too? Or no, it's.
That was like her first like solo role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's cool, but it kind of sucks after the.
Like
people just keep dying. It's like, okay, what's gonna happen next? She's gonna kill someone else. Oh,
yeah, she just kills a bunch of boys that are like horny teenagers.
Yeah. Like after the first one, it's like.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like what?
I don't know. That one wasn't that good. What are other like bad movies like that? Jennifer's Body definitely sucked. I don't blame Megan for that one though, because I think she wanted to like break out and like doing.
Yeah.
She definitely cares about my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even finish that movie because I was just like, this sucks. So I'm gonna stop watching it. But
I'm trying to think of like other bad ones that I've watched.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch a ton of movies, so like.
I love movies. I try to stay away from bad ones. I've seen like obviously like really good ones.
Stay away from what?
Like bad movies.
Oh
like,
yeah,
shitty ones. Like
yeah.
I'm really.
I like movies. It's just like. I don't know. I don't think to watch them. I don't have like. Netflix or anything like that, so I usually just watch.
My buddy has like a big like collection that he's built up on like a drive, and he just shares it to me.
That's nice.
Super sick. So like he's got all the Scorsese films, and I love Scorsese. The only one I didn't like was his newest one, was the Killers of the Flower Moon. It's just so slow paced, and like Leo did a good job, and it's definitely like an interesting story because it's basically like how. I think it was like right before World War I. Essentially, everyone moved out to like the oil fields and basically tried to marry and kill all the Native Americans that were out there, so they could get the blood rights to the land. It's just like it's a really good. It's a cool story that should be told. I just feel like they kind like it was so slow paced.
Yeah, that sounds like a movie I would like because I really like. The Revenant.
Oh, good movie, great movie,
dude. Like that is like the best bear fight scene in all of the film. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Most realistic. Yeah. Most realistic for sure.
Yeah, he gets mauled.
Yeah, like that scene is like, and it's like very it's very like realistic. Like he like attacks him, leaves, he moves again, it comes back. He like it leaves, it comes back. Like attacks him like 3 times. It's not done. Yeah, like that's what would actually happen if you got mauled by a bear.
But I definitely do like Scorsese, The Departed. Oh, dude, Goodfellas. You ever seen Goodfellas?
No.
You gotta watch that one. It's like the OG like Italian mobster film. Ray Liotta plays the lead character. Robert De Niro's in it, and Joe Pesci. So like you got those 3 big hitters, and it was like their like massive break before. I think Casino came out right before it with Joe Pesci and De Niro, but Ray Liotta is fantastic in there, and he ends up like getting into the mob culture, gets really coked out, like starts like not hallucinating, but what's it called when they like freak out and they like get like panicked about everything?
Schizophrenic.
Yeah, he kind of gets like schizo about it. Like he thinks every like helicopter's like following him. And
paranoid.
Paranoid. Yes. Yeah. Paranoid. Yeah. So he gets super paranoid, but it's a phenomenal film.
I watched.
The Irishman was really good too. I like that.
I watched this movie. It was just called Gotti, about John Gotti.
Great movie.
John Travolta plays.
Yeah. That was a very good movie.
That was a good movie. It was on YouTube for free, which is why I watched it. But pretty sick.
I did like that one. Did you also watch? What was the one where Johnny Depp played mobster in Chicago?
I can't remember, but I like Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Very good movie.
That's a good movie.
So is Equalizer films with Denzel.
Oh, The Equalizer? Dude, Denzel's so
baller film.
Yeah, he's like one of my
when he would click the clock on his watch.
Yes,
it's game over, dude.
Yeah.
That was John Wick before John Wick.
Yeah, Denzel's probably like one of, if not my favorite actor.
So talented.
Safe House. I love Safe House.
Which one's that one?
It's with Denzel and someone else notable in it, but he's like Denzel's like this like crazy like master criminal, and like let's see who else has
How old is Denzel?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
And
I gotta watch that then.
It's like gets a chance. Yeah.
Dude, Training Day with Denzel.
Training Day.
Training Day, phenomenal movie. Absolutely goated. I might watch that later. Yeah, Denzel's insane.
Good soundtrack too.
Oh, really?
House. Yeah, it has like that. That was right around the time when that Kanye West and Jay-Z album came out. Watch the Thrones. Like they had a lot of that in there.
Quentin Tarantino, obviously, I love his films. They're all like spaghetti western style, but like where they have like the weird like the sound effects and stuff. Dialogue is fantastic, and like every little tiny scene is like dialed in because it's how he wrote it.
Yeah.
Those are two of probably my favorites, and obviously it's cliche, but like I love Scorsese. Scorsese did Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street's.
That's a Scorsese film, and they have two completely like directing like styles. Like Tarantino's like, don't touch the fucking script. Like you read it, and this is how he like. Do you ever see Jamie Foxx when he talked about Django? He's like, you're trying to be fucking cool. Don't be fucking cool. He's a fucking slave. He doesn't fucking know English. He doesn't know how to fucking be cool. He'll get cool in the end. That's when you can do it. Just read the fucking script. Okay? like hearing Jamie Foxx talk about it, also great acting, multi-talented guy.
Yeah.
Has a hilarious Trump impression too. It's actually funnier than shit.
That's funny.
But so he's like, just read the script, do it exactly how I wrote it, and Scorsese's like, this is kind of what I want you to say, but I like you as an actor. I want you to play with it.
Okay.
So like, we'll do 5 takes on the scene. I don't care if we do 5 takes, but I want you to play with it and see what ends up coming about. So like, the like 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. Like those 2 things, it's completely different stories, but those guys are really really good.
I like Ari Aster films, like Hereditary and Midsommar.
Really?
Yeah. You like Midsommar?
I thought they were both trash.
Yeah.
Hereditary.
I like Midsommar. That's probably my favorite film. It is. I haven't seen it.
Really? I thought it sucked.
I mean, it's definitely a weird movie.
I feel like
it's definitely a very weird movie. I don't know why I liked it.
Did you ever feel like when you watched it, like it was trying so hard to be, like, it's like the like uncorky girl. That's what I feel like. Like it feels like we're different.
Not really.
That's how I felt when I watched it. Oh, Jorge Romero or Jorge Romero. He does horror films. I love his stuff.
Yeah.
You can fill the dead air while I type.
But yeah, I don't know why I liked that Midsommar movie, but it was because there was a lot of like good deaths in there, like a lot of good gory deaths and like creative deaths. That was a.
Or Ramirez, sorry. Right. I think of it. I'm like, yeah, I really like this guy, and then I'm like, I don't even know his name.
Pops up like a realtor in the area.
Yeah, it's George Ramirez. Sorry.
Okay.
He did like 30 Days a Night, the vampire movie in Alaska.
I don't think I've seen those.
Oh, that's a great movie. You ever want to watch a terrifying, like actually terrifying, like vampire movie?
What's
Watch that. 30 Days a Night.
30 Days a Night. Okay.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Frozen Ground?
No.
It's got Nicolas Cage. It's like they're in Alaska and there's like this serial killer that like keeps killing these like young women, like they just go disappearing, and then they find out that it's like this upstanding citizen that's like very like high. It's based off a true story. The guy that's the killer actually is from Iowa, which is kind of creepy. 50 Cent's in it too. He plays like a pimp.
Hell yeah!
And he has like long straight hair down to the shoulder. It's such
like Cat Williams.
Yes, it's a like, I'm pretty sure he pimp slaps once in the movie too.
Dude.
Yeah, his name's like Clyde. 50 Cent's character's name is Clyde in the movie. But it's a good movie. Like this guy's basically like he would like take these girls to like this island that he like owned or like would hunt at and like hunt them. Freaking crazy. But like he's like an outstanding, like everyone in the community is like, this is the guy, like he's such a great person, and like just killed like 30 chicks.
It reminds reminds me of not Law Abiding Citizen. Prisoners. Did you ever see that one? The guy was on Law Abiding Citizen. It's who's the dude in? He's the Australian dude he played in Gladiator. I think that's who it is.
Can't remember.
99% sure it's him, but I know it's Jake Gyllenhaal plays the cop.
Okay.
Basically, the guy has a daughter and a son, and the daughter's friend, and he had like a Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, and the daughter and the friend get abducted, and so Jake Gyllenhaal's a cop that gets called out to look for the kids and everything, and he just can't let it go, and he's getting frustrated. But the dad thinks it's this one guy who's like a disabled dude, and he abducts him, throws him in like one of the rental properties that he owns, and just tortures him because he thinks he's the guy that has his kids. Well, it ends up being this weird dude who he plays in a ton of movies, and he always plays this weird guy. But he's got like snakes all over his house in tubs, like bloody clothes and stuff. And Jake Gyllenhaal ends up finding out who it is and finding him. And it's actually like the grandmother, or was also like in some way relation to this guy, but whatever. But Gerard Butler, that's who it was. Sorry. But Gerard Butler's character like falls into this pit in this trench because he thinks that's where his daughter's is, and he gets like left down there. So like it's this like cliffhanger ending of will he survive or whatever.
Okay.
Phenomenal movie, and I just gave you the worst synopsis ever, but it's very, very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Anything with Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm a fan of. Nightcrawler, when he plays the weirdo that like wants to follow all the scenes of the crime so he can get the tapes for the news stations.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. That sounds good though.
Dude, you have to watch Nightcrawler.
I really like the Hannibal Lecter movies, like Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon.
Oh no.
Did that boy die?
I think it died.
Well, then we got audio from this guy.
Yeah.
Not be quite as good, but
definitely not gonna be as good. I guess.
Okay. We can
we'll end this one in.
I was gonna say we'll wrap this up after I talk about Hannibal Lecter. But yeah, I like the Hannibal Lecter films. Just because I don't know, kind of shows you my taste in movies. But there's obviously Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon, and then there's I think what's the other one called, like Man-Eater or something.
Yeah.
They're just really like
Damn, I'm upset that died. You would have good audio from it.
Yeah, Hannibal Rising, Red Dragon, and then Manhunter. So there's 4 total.
Yeah.
And Anthony Hopkins, right?
Anthony Hopkins, very good actor.
He's a super good actor. So yeah, it goes. Yeah, Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, Hannibal Rising. The one thing I didn't like about it as much, like you obviously have like Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs, like are pretty close to, or Manhunter and Silence of the Lambs are pretty close together, like in time, and then like they had to find another actress to be Clarice in the later ones.
In Red Dragon, right?
Yeah. And it wasn't quite as good. Okay. They still had Anthony Hopkins, but
which like he's the main draw, but she is like a pretty integral part to the
especially
story.
like Silence of the Lambs, like
she was a big piece of it.
Yeah. So I like those movies for sure.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Should we wrap this?
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap this one up, and I'll replace the battery. I'll replace the batteries in that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys. We gotta give
a review.
We gotta give a rating on this guy. So, Bum Energy Orange Sunrise. What are we thinking?
Price, ingredients, flavor, size of the can. I'm gonna go 7-1. Solid score. It's a good energy drink. I don't know if I'm wasting the money. I don't want to say waste, but I don't know if I'm spending the money on it consistently in order to get that size of a can.
Yeah, I like the ingredients a lot. I'm not super mad that it's a little bit lower stim, even though the price is obviously up there. The flavor was good. It wasn't great. It didn't like wow me. I'm gonna go I would drink this again, but I think I would be more impressed by some of the other flavors by what they look like. So I'm gonna go 6.9. I'm gonna go 6.9.
Nice.
All right. That has to be my most common rating.
Yeah.
6.9. So appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below any other protein bars, energy drinks, fitness products in general that you want us to try, whether you've tried them or not. We'll give our take on them. BevBois.com, BEVBOIS.com. For all your merch, we got the original design as well as the Bev Bois College logo now up live on there. Working on another one that I think you guys will really like. That should be up there relatively soon. And then, yeah, French_fit40 on Instagram for me.
bszutkowski on Instagram for me.
Yep, so go ahead and follow us on there, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace.